Yes, yes, this is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide with my brother Sean Myrie.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, we are here talking about what 50 years of hip hop history.
History.
You
Yeah.
done know, man. So yo, like, what are we starting off with, my brother?
So besides just talking about the where it came from, we want to talk about the artists throughout the history, right? So we could talk about the beginning and everything, but I want to talk about the 50 most influential artists, hip hop artists. Influential,
Hmm.
right? So I'm gonna start off before we do a lineup of all of them,
Yeah.
right? One artist who's been around for from what over 20 something years now and still relevant, and that's Jay Z,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Sean
yeah, yeah.
Carter. Not too much people could say they've been around for 20 or more
Wait,
years
it's a
than that.
little longer than that, ain't
More,
it?
yeah.
It's longer than that, man. Like, when did he start his career?
Really in the
He
late,
didn't not like. Wait, his solo album came out in '96. Yes, that's
I think
true.
he had something
But
before that
he
though.
started before that.
Yeah, he had something with Jazzo, his
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And that was like the mid '80s. Wasn't
yeah,
that 88, 89 or so?
yeah, like late 80s, early 90s.
No, '80s, yo.
Yeah, about late 80s. Yeah,
Jazzo was
Jazzo.
like around those times,
Yeah, that was
'80s,
his
man.
the
And he
guy.
was like his protege.
Yeah, yeah.
Not true?
So when Jay Z came out, I know that he came out around when Biggie was big, like getting big.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Sorry.
Biggie Smalls was getting big, just starting to like get commercial, and after then he passed away. So it
Yes.
was like passing the torch, if you want to call it like that.
Uh
If you
huh.
really look on it, and he came out with his first album, Reasonable Doubt.
Mm-hmm.
What year was that?
Reasonable Doubt came out in 96, 1996.
96.
Yes. Check it out if you want.
Early 96.
Came out in 1996. I don't know what month, but it came out
Was
in
it before
96.
Biggie died?
What was that?
Was it before Biggie died?
Where Biggie died?
Yeah, that he came out with that album.
Yeah, because Biggie died in 97.
Oh, you're right. So his
March 97,
so
didn't he?
Reasonable Doubt came out when Tupac was around still.
Yeah.
So that's why he kind of knew about Tupac, and that's the time when he was slowly beefing with gonna like whatever they're saying with Biggie. 96
Mm-hmm.
before Biggie died,
Yeah.
right? 96 is when Tupac died.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what I'm saying now, Jay Z is the one who took off after Tupac and Biggie died, basically.
Well, pretty much. Like, they're out of the picture. It's then who's gonna take the crown,
Because there's DMX, just say
right?
around. No, DMX no, he came after, a
Yep.
little bit after, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't bring him up, but Jay Z was already starting his whole empire
Like I said, who would take the crown?
when he came out. He didn't just come out as an artist; he came out with a label.
Like I said, like as much as being an artist, all right? Okay, yes, you're gonna be an artist, but later on, you have to, like, it's up to you if you're gonna elevate and evolutionize
he done.
yourself as a businessman. You get what I mean? So what he did, said, "Yo, I'm gonna come up with a label." You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Besides being an artist at the same time,
yeah,
so
control more.
have more creative control and all of that.
But
And guess what? Up to like how many years what took him to get his masters?
what it is, no one didn't want to just sign him too. So he's saying, "I'm gonna just make myself a star," because
Mhm.
he was trying to get signed or whatever, make people see that they should invest, and no one really wanted to sign him. That's the story. What I heard, Damon Dash was putting out there.
Yeah,
Correct me if
true.
I'm wrong, but I swear. So he said, "Let's do our own thing."
Well, it in fact, he appreciate that because think about it. If the right record label came with the right numbers at the time, right? Wouldn't that you think that wouldn't have ruined him instead of being more successful?
I mean, the right record.
Think about what I'm saying to you. They shopped around for a record deal,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah,
So what if the numbers were right for him at the time
yeah,
instead of going independent?
yeah. It would have been, wouldn't be Jay Z.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, it's true because you would have been in a
Think about it, because
situation.
you would have been in a situation because you're now the label belongs
Yeah,
you belong to the label, and you have to make figures and all that. You're not independent, so that means that the label has to see a huge percentage of your income,
yeah.
what your residuals from from all the projects you're signed to
He
for the
didn't
label.
make a cash money deal,
Exactly.
even though he had artists on Rockefeller, right? He didn't do that, and then they had their own different clothing companies. They had a liquor, I think, a liquor company with there's him, Damon Dash, and Cream Biggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, people forget about them. People know about Damon Dash and Jay-Z, but there's another guy, Cream Biggs. Don't forget that. So these guys were all smart, intelligent thinkers, and they were together. Jay-Z had, it wasn't just Jay-Z.
No,
Respect Sean Carter, but
three of them.
why you think he had Dame Dash and Cream Biggs around him?
Because you needed a team. No, regardless, of whatever you do, you need a team for the infrastructure to get success on what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, so respect to Hove, but he knows what we're talking about. Cream Biggs, how come I know about him? You seen him on all the albums. I swear he's on the albums. His name's on the albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you check it up on the old CDs and stuff, I've seen that.
He's a
I've
big
seen the name.
investor.
Like, in fact, them days, what, like, I was like wondering, like, I didn't know them back in them days, right? Because I collected a lot of CDs, and I see like, because you seen Damon Dash in front of the camera and Jay, but this guy doesn't go in front of the camera too tough. So I'm like, who's this Burke guy? I'm like,
Cream Burke? Is it
you know what I
Cream
mean?
Burke?
Yeah, like, I'm like, who
Big.
is this guy? You know what I mean? I'm like, who is this guy? He's like the silent
Quiet,
guy. He's
yeah.
like quiet guy. That means that this guy must be the real money guy,
Yeah.
because you don't see him. You know what I mean?
Let's see now. Jay-Z now. We're gonna do a research. What's one of your favorite albums? There's a lot
I
of
can tell
albums.
you right now. Yeah, Reasonable Doubt is one of my favorite albums for sure. But besides that one, in my lifetime, Volume 2,
Yeah.
that's my next one I like. And in my lifetime, Volume 1 as well. But Volume 2, I prefer Volume 2 because a lot of good hits are on that. And shit, those are the 3 albums I really like the most.
His brethren was Kareem Biggs Burke. You're right.
Yeah.
Me and you was right.
Yeah, but
He's very important.
those are the 3 main albums that I like the most. These first 3 albums.
But you know what?
You know what I mean?
Listen, and I don't know what happened, but I listened to Jay-Z albums, right?
Well, same
And
here.
I'm not gonna say I don't like Jay-Z.
But like I said, the 3 albums are his like, he knows the first album is the classic, right? But after that, your sophomore album and all of that and everything, you know what I mean? Because he's still been developing as an independent artist,
Yeah.
right? And then after that, you have to expand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to expand because, like, don't get me wrong, you're still an artist, but, you want things a little more lighter for during your career. You get what I mean? So let me broke out some new artists them under the label, right? And the thing is, the ironic thing is, he started getting artists them who are not even from New York, right?
So after when he was building up his label, right? What do you think after the breakup? What happened?
The breakup?
Because they got too big-headed.
Yo, I could tell you what happened, man. They brought too many entities into the thing.
Too fast.
Too fast. You had Cameron with the Diplomats. You had Beanie Siegel with the state property. You get what I mean? You have big clashes right there. You get what I'm saying? One from Philly, one from Harlem.
Yeah, but they probably got along still.
Nah, man. Nah, bro.
Maybe not all of them.
Yo, bro. No. Maybe to a certain extent. Guy, we're not there to know that. Yo, Eagles and guy, tour and all them guy, yo, I hear say there was, yo, man. And then during the catastrophe of different things that go on, remember Beanie went in the lockup, right?
Yeah.
The split really happened during the time he was in lockup. You know that, right?
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck?
But yeah, Jay-Z.
You get what I mean?
Jay-Z, Sean Carter knew what he wanted because remember that's when Rockefeller they had the clothing line, and
Mm-hmm.
after then one was claiming everything, or claiming different things until now he broke off and he created Rock Nation. Remember, he created Rock Nation.
I think to me, I think my boy wanted a little more than what Jay was offering to him. That's what I think. Straight up. That's what I think. That's my personal
So
opinion.
Jay created Rock Nation.
What do you think though? What do you think?
Jay
You agree with what I'm saying or not?
Jay probably said, "Yo, he invested money in it. He's the artist."
But what do you think, my boy? Why do you think the split is there? Because Beer says, yo, it had to do with something even with the mastering too,
With who?
with the mastering as well.
Yeah, the
He wanted a piece of that.
Yeah, so he.
You know what I mean?
Jay-Z just decided, let me just break off. I don't care what it is. I give people whatever a percent, whatever they want,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to be doing my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
He just said, I gotta do my own thing. I'm not gonna sound selfish. I don't want to
Okay,
share.
but no, but the thing is, okay, but do you agree what I'm saying though? Do you think that my boy wanted more than Jay is?
Yeah.
Is
He didn't want to give up everything. Jay wanted everything, mostly everything.
huh?
He probably wanted mostly
Or
everything.
Dash?
No, Jay-Z wanted probably mostly everything.
Okay.
But Dash said, no, man, you got to give me something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are going to look on it the other way around. No, Jay-Z wanted everything, like mostly. But he probably said, I'll give you something, but it's not going to be that.
And he didn't agree to that.
Eh?
And he didn't agree to that.
He didn't agree to that.
He may have said.
And what I think, I don't know about, this Jay-Z doesn't promote his clothing. Like, he has Sean Carter, right? But then there's the Rockefeller.
Rockware?
Rockware. That's probably Damon Dash probably have some.
Where's Rockware now?
Because Damon Dash probably.
Okay, but where's Rockware now?
Where's
Rockware now?
I don't know.
Have you seen it anywhere, anything
No.
anywhere?
But it's a collector's. If you have it, it's fucking.
That's what I'm saying though. It's weird, eh?
Yeah.
At one point in time, it was like wildflower.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden it's rare.
So now when you see Jay-Z now, what do you think of him now?
Jay?
He's a big businessman.
Businessman, man.
What is them?
He's a philanthropist.
Yeah, them big names now. And you see him doing like all types of stuff.
Straight up, man.
With
Look.
billionaires.
Jay right now, he's the East Coast. Snoop is the West
But
Coast.
Jay's like culture too.
No, I'm just saying. Well, how about Snoop?
Snoop's culture. I think people want to talk GOAT. Okay, remember they put all type of people saying they're GOAT, and Jay-Z is a GOAT. Eminem's a GOAT. Definitely Snoop Dogg's a GOAT. People should be starting to call Snoop
I would
a
call
GOAT.
Snoop more than
He
a
could
GOAT
perform.
than Eminem any day. I
Yeah.
would say that straight up.
Why
Because you know
Snoop-
why I'm saying this? I'm gonna tell you straight up, goods. They will play a Snoop track in a club more or less than an Eminem track.
Snoop's definitely
You
a
know
GOAT.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snoop is a GOAT. Super GOAT. Not no normal like we're just saying a GOAT. He could perform. He's still relevant. And let me say again, he could perform and he's still relevant.
And the kids know him. The little kiddies know him up till now. All right?
I'm
He's
putting him-
evolutionized himself.
I put him right up there with Jay-Z
You damn straight you have to.
and Nas.
Exactly. Doesn't get the credit due.
Because
You know what I
really,
mean?
if you want to look at it and you're going to look on who's alive right
It's like
now.
one of my favorites.
If you're going to say who's alive right now for the GOATs, guy, I think those three is the right ones.
Which
Jay-Z,
three? Go on.
Snoop, and Nas. Who else? Who's alive now? GOAT. Do you want to say GOAT status? Industry, I mean rapper, artist.
Yeah, you're right.
status. Snoop, Jay-Z.
Been doing it a
and
long
Nas.
time.
Snoop got the
Been
West.
doing it a long
Yeah,
time.
Minister with
And
years
still
of quality.
still doing it.
Snoop. Anyone ever? Put
Well,
that?
there's
Jay-Z and
there's one from the east still, and he's one of my
Busta
favorite.
Rhymes.
Yeah, Busta. You
know,
can't forget Busta,
put
boss.
Put
I'm
Busta
sorry
up there.
to say.
Yeah, okay. No,
You know what I mean? Because right now,
Yeah,
I'll
Busta.
still say it right
Busta,
now.
no,
I'll
Busta.
still say it. Busta will bust Jay-Z's
Yeah,
ass
but me
in
say
the
no.
lyrical.
No, but me say Buster too. Buster. But
No,
we're
but
talking-
I'm just saying, He will boss his ass.
No, yeah, right. I shouldn't have
You know
forgot
why I'm saying that?
Boss.
Because Boss still talks to this day that this guy still want duck him from whatever,
Who?
from the challenge from high school
I
days.
never heard about that.
Yo, man.
Ooh, Buster.
Yo.
He didn't.
Yeah, the battle wasn't done here, I say. Guy, what are you talking
I
about?
never heard that.
This guy is hungry for Jay if
I
he
never heard
ever
that
wanted to, but Jay's beyond that, guy. You know? Right, I know.
But what I'm saying though, okay, Buster Rhymes, alive. That's fair. Now who else?
Who else?
There's nobody else to stretch. No, none. Okay, they're gonna say Eminem.
Guy, I'm not even saying Eminem.
But we're
Straight
talking longevity. Like, look at those people I just said.
longevity.
The ones, all those ones that's been around. All those ones.
It's like you disrespecting the old school then.
no,
Who,
no,
guys who are
talking.
old.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the top, the ones who are right now relevant.
Oh,
those
okay,
are all
alright
relevant
then.
people. You
No,
see them in award
well,
shows.
I don't know, man.
You see new music by them.
I don't know.
You see
Like-
people interviewing them still.
Yeah.
They're all relevant. You see Busta Rhymes recently. You
Yeah,
see
of
Jay-Z
course.
recently.
Yes.
You see Nas recently.
Yeah.
Who else did I say? All those people are Jay-Z recently. Oh yeah. They're all in the media still. Okay?
That's no doubt.
And they've been around over 20 years. That's what I'm talking about too. If you've been around, been talked about.
Mm-hmm.
All those people have been talked about. Nas, Buster, Jay-Z, all of them. Still people talking about them. They're doing shows. They're all performing still. That's what I'm saying. All those people. Buster, you're right. Buster's part of it. Snoop performs.
If you're gonna say that still performing, then I would you have to say LL Cool J then. He's still performing.
LL, but
He's still
LL Cool J
performing.
too.
If you're
He's one
gonna
too.
be saying
Yeah,
that, then
LL Cool J.
LL throw him in there
They
then,
throw him in there too.
because
LL.
he's rocking the
So
bells.
That's six. So
Yeah, he's
far.
rocking the bell. In fact, he was rocking the bells earlier this year. Every city he was going to, right?
Yeah.
He would whoever is big in that city, they would be on.
So that's six so far. Yes. LL deserves it. 6.
Yeah, LL deserves it.
So who
From
else-
the 80s
So who else you
till
gonna say?
now, still performing.
Yeah. Who else would you say?
Shit.
Because we're not just counting you as just have to be an MC. You know? We're counting you as an active person still and performing.
You have no look. LL deserves his flowers, his red carpet, because look, he put in for the culture from the 80s. He did acting as well, and went back into music again.
That's a goat.
You know,
he is a
he's
goat.
He's the goat, bro.
He's the one who popularized that name anyway. So who else? No, there's not really too much now. It's trying to be stretched because LL is
it's
relevant.
tough.
No.
LL Cool J is
Who else?
relevant.
Who else are gonna tell me relevant now? Besides LL,
It's very tough to
I
say.
could say one, but no one's gonna say it.
Say it.
Ja Rule.
Okay, yeah, you
He's
could.
still performing.
Well, if you're
you see him in the meet. You see him out there.
Yeah. I get that.
He's doing shows up here. He came up to Canada, guy.
That's true.
As long as you're performing, and does he perform bad? That's the
No.
whole key. Okay.
I will agree upon that. He can perform.
People are still
He sounds like
requesting.
the record.
people are requesting him.
Yes.
So hate him or love him, he's still relevant. That's what I mean. As long as you're still performing, you're relevant.
True. So true.
So yo, I'm gonna go on now to more of the history of hip hop, like the awards now.
I heard that this year's the hip hop BET Awards was a disgrace. I didn't get to hear it, but I heard that it wasn't so good.
Because they don't have anybody, like they don't really include everybody in it. It's anybody who only could make it to the award show. If you notice,
Mm.
they give the award to most likely the people who are there.
Hmm.
If you can't make it, you're not gonna win. Now you tell me Drake didn't win any awards at BET? Tell me.
Look here, man. Right to know what's going on in hip hop for me. Like, you know me. I gone through many. I don't like to talk about my age, but I gone through a couple of decades and seen hip hop evolutionize now, right? So now, like, it's gone from to the pop to the rap to whatever, the trap to whatever, and all of that. Okay, yeah, everyone's doing the thing, but to really stay relevant in the game now, yo, like, don't get me wrong, performing and all of that and doing videos and all of that is fine. That's cool and dandy. But now you have to step it up a little. You know what I mean by that? You got to get your shit on, like, maybe some movies, some
Yeah.
series, or something like that to get even more longevity. Because as long as the movie or the series is popping and it's hot with your track on it, then yo, it don't matter what else is going on. As long as your track, or worse yet, your hit track is the theme song, that's even better.
So, like, for example, I was gonna bring up Suge Knight, right? Yeah, I saw this post, and I reposted it, saying that Death Row had like some of the top hip hop artists around. Like Suge Knight managed to put all these people together: Dr. Dre, Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg, and Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it: Tupac's big, Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, and he had them. So he made you know what a record label, a hip hop or independent label was, because he had more than just those artists. That's what made Death Row big, not just the artists.
Yeah.
It's how he organized it. Remember, he gave them all gold chains.
Yep.
Every
You're right.
artist, even the ones you didn't really know, had gold chain.
Yeah, you're right.
Who did that? Give the artist and real gold, is not some
Yeah.
real gold chain. So he done some. Even though you hear all the bad stuff, right? You're gonna hear all the bad stuff all the time. But Suge Knight probably done a lot of good stuff for people, because without Suge and what he was doing, there wouldn't be a lot of these, like, you wouldn't hear these albums.
That's true.
He was funding Dr. Dre's stuff because he had to leave easy.
Yeah.
He was funding Snoop and all of these guys. So they know, even though you hear all this shit, they respect Suge Knight still.
Yeah. You're right.
Dr. Dre respects Suge Knight in some way because he took him away from a situation and gave him another situation, and after then he became rich, richer than ever. Snoop too. Death Row signed Dr. Dre a long time now. I mean,
Yeah, but
after
Dr. Dre was still a silent partner of Death Row, wasn't he?
I heard that that's some other news a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah,
They
he
don't
was
know
a
about that.
silent partner of it, and then after all the bullshit was going in, he said, "Yo, I had enough. I'm going to sell." He wants out. You know what I mean? I guess what, sell his assets or whatever with it, and start Aftermath.
Yeah,
And that's what happened afterwards,
yeah. He started the
and he hasn't
Aftermath.
looked back ever since.
You remember when he done the album with Nas, AZ, I think Nature,
The Firm,
and which one was the female?
Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown. People don't even talk about that.
classic album.
Dr. Dre produced it with Nas. Dr. Dre worked with
Nas,
Nas.
AZ, Foxy Brown, and what?
Was it Nature? Yeah, he was from Queens.
Wasn't it Cormega?
No, it wasn't Cormega. It was
No,
Nature. Nature. That's that guy. He was like the most unknown one, but he was from Nas. Like, I think he's from Queensbridge.
Okay.
Nature. But that album was ill. Dr. Dre produced some East Coast. I think that's his first time really producing East Coast rappers. But perfect. You got AZ from Brooklyn, and then you got Nas from Queens, one of the top rapper. Them.
Yeah,
Foxy Brown.
a West Coast, veteran dealing with East Coast rappers.
I wonder what made him think of doing that though. How did he get that? I wonder
Didn't that happen after the so-called East Coast West Coast thing? Didn't that happen afterwards? When did that album come out?
Interesting.
You would have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
Right now.
When did it come out?
When did that come out? No.
Let's see what year.
Okay. Let's see. The Firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
1997. Yeah.
right after Pac died
And Biggie.
and Biggie. So after that,
Or
right?
this could have came out right before Biggie died. October.
Huh?
October 21st, 1997.
Hmm?
October.
October 1997.
Yeah.
So when was that East Coast West Coast bullshit was going in,
Before that.
right?
Yeah.
So that was his way saying, "Yo, I'm not really down for that. This is my way
And
of
he's working with
saying
the
that
East
I'm
Coast.
showing love to the
East.
East Coast
Yeah.
because yo, that was a way to try to repair things. You get
So
what
he
I'm
said
saying?
like the firm was released on October 21st, 1997 by
Yeah.
Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records.
Yeah.
The project was created by rapper Nas, his manager Steve Stout, and producer Dr. Dre,
Mhm.
track masters who came up with the idea of forming a hip-hop supergroup. The original lineup included Nas, AZ, Foxy Brown, Cormega, you're right, who
Cormega.
were all
See, I
featured
had
on
a
the
feeling
song.
it was
I
Cormega.
thought Nature was on it.
Nah,
Affirmative Action
man.
from
Nah.
Nas album was written.
I know my
In
history, man.
1996, however, Cormega later left the group
Told
due
you
to
I'm a hip
artificial
hopper, man, for life.
artistic differences between him and Nas, as well contracted disagreements with Stout. He was replaced by Nature. Yes, I was right.
Oh, he was
I
replaced.
remember, yeah, seeing the
Oh,
Nature. on it
okay, all
prior
right.
to the
Then you were
recording of
right
the-
as well. Then.
Yeah, prior to the recording of the album is a concept album that revolves around the theme of mafia and gangster lifestyle.
Mhm.
The songs on the album were mainly produced by Dr. Dre, Chris Glove Taylor, and Trap Masters, Poke and Tone, featuring guest vocals from Pretty Boy Wizard, Cannabis, Don Robinson, Noriega, and Half a Mil. Yeah. Yeah, man. That was a super group.
Mhm.
Dr. Dre was going into a different pocket. And then he got, guess who? Eminem.
That was like in '98.
That's the year around the
Afterwards.
same time. Then he got another.
Afterwards.
He was searching for a sound.
Yeah.
And then he got Eminem.
Yeah.
And you know what happened after that?
Oh yeah.
And then when did Eminem get 50 cents?
50 Cent came out like
03?
03.
So then that was like maybe 5 years after Eminem was in.
Yeah, well, he was
He already
developing his
developed himself.
career and a few albums, and then
he
after
had his own career by then.
and then after 50 Cent came into play.
Yeah.
But 50 was doing his thing, but
Yeah.
he got his attention
Yeah.
with Eminem
Yeah.
afterwards.
2003.
Yeah, 03.
And then Eminem built up his empire.
Yes.
So you guys gotta look. 50 Cent built up his empire.
Oh, 50 is a mogul now.
So after
He's
Eminem,
a monster
notice how
now,
it
yeah.
changed? Eminem got big off of Dr. Dre. Right?
Yeah, and then after
then
50 got big off
after
of Eminem, and now 50 is a big time mogul now. Big time TV mogul. The Power Universe has Kanan on it. Power Book 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Power Book 3 is Kanan, and Power Book 2 is dealing with Tariq and all of that, and you have the Force, Power Book 4 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Also, like you're talking about series, what do you think the influence of hip hop has done to like Hollywood? Because like the Wu-Tang.
Oh,
They had
the Wu Tang
example.
American Saga series.
That is
That
an
was
example.
dope.
It's
It
like-
showed their story.
Do you think they're gonna do more like that?
Well, you know what? To be honest, you know whose story I would love to hear? The two people's stories. That's Master P of the No Limit
Yeah,
and Outkast. You know what I mean? Dungeon Family and all of that.
there's a couple.
You know what I mean? But those two
Or Run
deserve
DMC.
well, yeah, them two. But I'm saying those two
Yeah,
deserve a big time story. You get what I mean?
and even like the first groups like Run DMC.
And probably Cash Money too, as
I think-
well.
Yeah,
Cash Money as well.
and even like I would like to see like a movie really like on the Sugar Hill Gang and shit.
True.
The guys first.
So you're pretty much saying like, okay, besides all right.
because there's a story.
Okay, besides the series, then what 50 doing and all of that, that's fine and dandy. BMF and all of that too. But we would like to see more of our hip hop heroes
Let's do
seeing
some
their
history movies.
history, their
Instead of slave
story,
movies.
instead of these slave movies and all that,
Let's
and
show,
just
like,
reading up on it and everything. Like if they have like a real hype story, we would love for you guys to produce it and
There's stories
show
like
it.
that.
You know what I mean? Like their actual story, how did it began?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Straight up, like, you know,
Before
we
they
need
die,
more of that. We
before
need more of that.
before they pass away, the guys who are all still alive,
Yeah, like
they'll
that they
be
could
doing a
actually be there to like
help directed.
not only help direct it and not only help to write it, they're there to like make sure the story goes the way it accordingly should go because they lived it. You get what I'm saying?
So now, like, what do you think of like how the hip hop? I'm not talking about. See, people confuse a commercial. There's commercial rap, and then
Mhm.
there's hip hop. So, what is the hip hop you're listening to right now? What?
Man, to be honest with you, like nowadays hip hop is very tough, man. It's very, 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 very tough for me. Very tough. Like I said it on a pod before. It's just nowadays like for our home, Toronto, you know, hip hop alone. Because we started the podcast, that's why I'm listening and hearing new music like from Toronto alone from home. But now it's mostly the States, you know what I mean? Straight up. But me, I'm mostly a old school cat, you know what I mean? Like straight up. I love the bars, I love the boom bap and all of that, you know what I mean? I'm mostly that. I'm about the real hip hop, the underground. You know what I mean? I'm not about that trap. I'm not about that mumble rap. I'm not about them thing there. You know what I mean? I'm about real hip hop. You get what I mean? That's what I'm about. Real shit. I'm no disrespect to all of that. You know what I mean? It's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Straight up. But if you could come real creative with it and catch my ear with that sort of style, okay then you have something. But if you're doing it like everybody else and all of that, the same shit, like, you know, like on the real, look, you could use the new evolution of style, but be creative with it. Like, and what I mean by creative with it, like, you don't have to be copying or biting anybody. You could be inspired by, look, y'all went to school one day. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's why.
and you know what I mean? If you love the art, why not look up some of the greats and seeing what's the deal? There's something called the internet,
So
man.
I seen the article with Offset from the Migos saying, you know why hip hop sales are down because everybody
Yeah, 40%.
sounds the same, right?
Yep.
And you know what? What he means? He's saying a lot of people sounding the same. And
Hardly
then
any
the funny
creativity
thing,
anymore.
they used to be slapped with the label because they're so popular that they're the mumble. But
You,
when
you,
you listen to Migos,
you
they're
know,
not
you know, you know
mumbling.
what it is, Sean. You know what it is.
And he's doing like the Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know what it is? You see, back in the day, they had less to work with. That means some more creativity. You see, nowadays, they're too spoiled. They're too spoiled. They got too much. Way too much. Too much digital, too much whatever, too much.
So,
So it's easier to copy. You know what I mean?
but
Compared to back in the day, yo, it was hard to copy.
it's just people are not correct. They just
Did
it's
you hear what
easy
I
to
just
copy.
said?
It's easy
It's
to
easier
get
to copy now
to get
compared to
success.
back in the day. You have to come up with creativity
Yeah,
compared to
but they
being
don't care about they don't care
popularity.
about that anymore.
Yeah, they care about
Yeah,
popularity
they don't care about that.
compared to compared to
So
talent.
it's easy to they use the tool just to mimic so they could get popular. Use the tool to mimic to be popular because
Yeah.
right now, like I said, the Migos before, if people didn't do research, used to be hit with the label of mumbling, but they're just with their accent. They weren't mumbling. If you listen to them,
Well,
they're
like I
saying
said,
lyrics
like I
straight.
said again,
But the people after who tried to copy them, right? They all didn't sound clear,
like I
and
said,
now
but like I said,
they
it's
all
all
sound the
about
same.
putting your
Yeah,
style to it.
but they're not. They're copying. That's when he.
Like
That's
I
why.
said, and that's what
That's
happens
why
with the
Offset
copying.
said they all sound the
The,
same.
the copying sounding the same compared to
Yeah,
being your original doing into that style.
because what he's doing now, you see him with the Michael Jackson thing. He's doing like a theme. He's
But
saying
the
you
bottom
gotta
line,
be
no,
different.
but the
You can't.
bottom line is,
You can't
I'm not saying you
look.
can't do the mumble, but you have to do it in your own
No, there's
style.
no. Listen.
No. Did you hear what I just
Yeah,
said?
you have to do it in
You
your
have
own
the own style compared to, okay, this guy's doing the mumble, this guy's doing the mumble, this
But
guy's
that's
doing
not
the
a
mumble.
style,
No,
though.
no,
That's
no.
not
Do
no
you hear what
style.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're all sounding the same compared to another guy
Yeah.
does the mumble, right? But he's creative with it.
No, but that's something else. The mumbling
No, I'm
is
just
people
saying.
who don't know
I'm
the
just
rap.
saying though. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's why a lot of people are saying that it sounds the same, because a lot of these guys want to sound the same and saying, "Oh, this works."
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
yeah.
Compared to, all right, yeah, I'm just using the mumble for an example. It could be trap, whatever. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, what I'm saying is this: be creative in that style instead of, okay, this guy's doing it. Let me copy him because it's working for him.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, and it don't sound
You
right.
get what I mean?
And then it doesn't sound right because you're trying to copy somebody.
But all right then. So do the style,
Yeah.
but be creative with
yeah.
it.
And when they're not creative, it sounds the same.
Ah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, because someone would just go put on an auto tune and say some
Everybody
words,
could put on an attitude.
and then you
But
sound like
okay, but
everybody
no,
else.
but if you get more creative with it,
Mhm.
now you can wait a minute. This sounds different, but he's using, but you know what I mean? It's like this. It's like this. The plain and simple is like this. A hammer, you could build things with it. Anyone could use a hammer, but could you build something proper with the hammer? You get what I'm saying?
That
But
what?
it's the same hammer.
And you know why it don't sound the same? Creative. How much people make rap on sample beats? That was an art form.
Yes.
So you would have to really keep that hip hop tradition. How much people really get sample beats anymore? Because it's all the politics.
Well, what do you mean sample beats? What do you mean? Sample like
Taking records and making that's what.
but you have to get the clearance.
See, that's
That's
why.
the thing. That's the problem.
It takes longer to do an
To
album
get
like
clearance.
that,
Sometimes the clearance takes even maybe a year or two
you see,
to get the clearance.
it's like RZA,
You get
some
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
Pete Rock.
So it's better off to like, I'm just gonna say it. Certain producers do it like this. They'll hire either a drummer or a guitar or bass guy. Yo, I need to get some rhythms, my own samples, and you put it in what you want to do instead of me. I wait to get the sample.
What's some of your top producers? I know that.
Oh man, my top. You named one of them. That's RZA. RZA's one of them. And then after this, Dre is another. You got DJ Premier. That's another one. You get what I mean? And then after you got Alchemist. You get what I mean? Straight
And
up.
from the South, Organized Noise.
Organized Noise. You get what I mean? These are all heavy hitters. And then after you got Pharrell, you got Timberland, you got Swiss
DJ
Beats, you got, you know what I mean, DJ Quick. You get what I mean? These are all greats of hip hop producers who put out greats. Down to Jermaine Dupri. You know what I mean? Yo, down to Kanye West.
Yeah.
All right? Everybody I'm saying, they put out hits.
Yeah, put out hits.
It's not just tracks. They put out hits.
And then the guy
All
from
right.
the South, Zaytoven.
Yeah.
That guy does I found out all the
There's
guys.
probably more, but the ones I said,
Yeah.
they're highlighted.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? They're up at top there.
Murder Beats from Canada.
You get what I mean?
He works with enough top people.
Straight up.
This guy from I think St. Catharines, Murder Beats, he works with industry guys, down to the Migos, all type of people. Big
Yeah,
too.
man. And
But-
those are the guys all deserve flowers, the red carpet, because those without the producers, there is no hip hop.
And now
You
gangster,
get what I mean?
gangster rap. I found out that it was Ice-T who
Oh,
popularized
of
gangster
course,
rap.
he's the godfather of gangster rap, guy.
Before the NWA.
But before Ice-T, wasn't there that Tim Dog?
He's from New York, you know.
Is he from New York?
Now that you're saying Tim Dog, he had a song,
He said,
man,
"Fuck
from a long
Compton,"
time ago.
didn't he?
I was laughing at that song, yo. I think it is Fuck Compton.
Fuck Compton.
And I was wondering, who's this
Or
guy?
did he
Because
come out? Or did he come out the same time as
I knew
Ice-T?
about Ice Cube. I knew about Ice Cube. And I was Ice Cube as an actor and then a rapper. But Tim Dog now, 1967, he's from Bronx, New York.
When did he come out?
Okay, let me see.
That's when he's born and all that. But when did he come out?
Okay, Let's see, 1990s. Okay, Bronx, New York, who rose to his 1990s with his debut Penicillin on Wax. Celebrated diss track Fuck Compton.
Mm,
Tim had already appeared on songs with Ultramatic MCs
mm,
and went on to form a duo Ultra with a
mm.
member Cool Keith. Oh,
Okay.
Fuck Compton
All
appeared
right.
on XL magazine top 25 diss tracks of all time,
Oh yeah.
earning
I
Tim
still
Dog
remember
critical acclaim
that
for progressive hip hop
classic
producing.
classic that
Yeah,
that that that
that was
that hit.
1990s. I think that was the early 90s, yo.
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
that he said 1990s. I think that was
Well,
like
when
91.
did Ice-T come out?
Ice T was out a little bit earlier, but he was talking about like mainly Ice Cube.
I know, but I'm just saying, when did Ice-T
Ice
come
T
out?
came out like 80, I think 86 or
86?
84. Ice T.
Well, I know that
Ice T's from a long time ago,
he
yo.
is the godfather of
Of gangster
gangster
rap.
rap,
Yeah.
all hands down.
And he's still around. Oh yeah, he's one too. He's a goat too.
He is a goat.
Look, Ice T. Ice T 1987.
87.
Maybe let me see. Where is he? He's born 1958.
Whoa.
Yeah, underground rapper 1980s, and was signed to Sir Records in 1987 when he released his
Damn.
debut album Rhyme Pays 1987.
Wow. Wow.
87.
Wow.
For the 90s.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
before the 90s.
A
So
vet.
he was seeing it good. By the time 1991, he
He's
done a
seen
movie.
he's seen all the evolution
Wait,
of hip hop.
87, 88, 89. So almost
He
5
was
years.
one of the first hip hop artists to be going to
actor.
Hollywood, going Hollywood.
Yeah, you have to really look on it.
I would
Even-
have to say that.
like we talking about LL Cool J and
Yeah,
certain people.
he's like maybe him, and he's from the West and him from the East. Those two went Hollywood first.
Hollywood.
I don't know if anybody else went Hollywood before them.
You're
You know
right.
what I mean?
Ice T, and then you got LL Cool
Because
J.
I can't think of any hip hop artist went really Hollywood before them.
No. Can't really think of it. I'm trying to think.
Both been in movies and they did series, like TV shows.
Yeah, successful still.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. And those are vets, true goats of the culture, still around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're doing hip hop treasures. I've been watching that.
Hip hop treasures.
Because next year the hip hop museum is going to be open in Bronx, New York. I don't know when exactly, but they've been working on it, and they've been getting all the regalia of all different hip hop artists from over the time. You know what I mean? Trying to get all regalia to be packing up this
Memorabilia, yeah.
museum. You know what I mean? Yo, I would love to go and see that once it's done. You know what I mean? There's going to be enough in that museum.
So, like right now, we know like people are saying 50 years of hip hop, right? So, you know, there's all types of conversations about when it was created and everything. Just know that it's been around for a while, and it made a lot of people rich. You get what I mean? And changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, man.
And it's a culture,
Exactly.
right? It's universal everywhere.
It
Everybody
is.
loves hip hop.
It is, man.
So, what do you think the next 50 years will be like if we're around?
The next 50 years of hip hop? Yo, man, I just hope that it's not some bullshit and like, you know, like, look, it's hip hop. So hip hop goes with technology. So the thing is, where technology is going, hip hop is going to be going with it. You get what I mean? I'm just saying straight up, because look at it from back in the day, whatever they used to produce hip hop with equipment, they would advance with the technologies. So wherever technology is going, hip hop is going with it.
Yeah, because we know, like, there's this book I could read for days what you have, this Bring the Noise book, but it's so much stories. We're going to have to do like different series.
Segments.
Of
Yeah.
different artists. There's Ice-T. This is like a Bible. It's called Bring the noise, right? We're gonna
Who's the
the
author?
author. Okay, I'm gonna read the whole thing. Bring the noise, a guide to rap music and hip hop culture, by Havelock Nelson and
I'm
Michael A. Gonzalez.
gonna have to hashtag that
Forward
later
by
on.
Fab Five Freddy of MTV Raps forwarded.
Hmm.
So
What?
basically,
55 Freddy?
yeah, saying basically endorsed
Wait a
forwarded
minute.
stuff.
Didn't that guy had like something like
Yeah, he had a show
a
on
show
MTV
back in the day?
Raps. Yeah, MTV
Okay,
Raps.
okay.
So this has all the stories of a lot of hip hop
Yeah, it's
legends
talking about
and
some hip
people
hop
you don't
legends.
even know,
Oh yeah,
really.
just go down the list one time before we
Why?
go. Just
It's
the
this
last
is
page.
intimidating
Just go
because a
down
lot
the
of people haven't read a book.
page, man. Say it.
Like what my brother said before, the
Go on.
Essential 25. Right? For anyone new to the field, here are our recommendations for 25 essential records that can form the core of any hip hop collection in alphabetical order by artists.
Here we go.
Okay, Beastie Boys, Paul Boutique,
Yeah.
right? Big Daddy Kane,
Mm-hmm.
Long Live the Kane,
Mm-hmm.
Biz Markie,
Oh,
Going Off,
just name the artist, man. You know the
Boogie
name.
Down Productions, Criminal Minded. But before, besides the name, right? I'm
Mm.
gonna say what album it was.
Okay.
Inspiring. Okay, Nina Cherry, Raw Like Sushi. Never heard of this person.
Raw like sushi.
Look it up. Nina Cherry. Never heard of it. De La Soul, 3
Mhm.
Feet High and Rising.
Yeah.
Digital Underground,
Mhm.
Sex Packets, right? That's Digital Underground
Yeah.
with Tupac was with.
Yeah.
The DOC, No One Can Do It Better. He
Mhm.
was, a legendary producer with, associated with Dr. Dre and all of that,
Yeah.
right? EPMD, Strictly Business. That's Eric Sermon and Parrish Smith, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Def Squad with
yeah.
with Keith Murray in it and
and
Redman.
the other squad they were with, Hit Squad with Daz Effects and
Mhm.
Okay, Eric B and Rakim, Paid in Full, classic album.
Oh yeah.
Paid in Full.
Classic.
Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted. That must have been his very big album. America's Most Wanted. Ice Cube.
Was that after NWA?
Yeah, that's after.
Yeah.
Because he had another album called Death Certificate.
Yeah.
This guy was very good
And
at
he
this
went
shit.
Hollywood too.
And he went Hollywood too. He's another great.
Yep.
Now
Another
that's
goat.
about. We said a couple goats tonight, so you listen to this after. He's a goat. What we're saying. Now, Jungle Brothers, Straight Out of the Jungle.
Mm.
LL Cool J. Wait, I skipped Ice-T. Ice-T, Freedom of Speech.
Mhm.
Right? Jungle Brothers, Straight Out of the Jungle. LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out.
Oh yeah.
That's what
I
was
remember
big.
that.
Marley Marl, In Control, Volume 1.
Mm.
NWA, Straight Outta Compton.
He did.
Poor Righteous Teachers, Holy Intellect.
Mhm.
PM Dawn, Of the Heart of the Soul,
Yeah.
Of the Cross, The Utopia Experience. Public Enemy, Yo, Bum Rush the Show. Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. There are 2 tracks,
Okay.
Run DMC, right? Salt and Pepper, Black
Mhm.
Magic, Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick,
Mm.
Third Base, The Cactus Album,
Mm.
A Tribe Called Quest, People's Instinct Travels, and The Path of Rhythm.
Mhm.
I think, yeah.
You heard it here. All of that classic.
Those are
The hip hop
not just
archives.
the groups, right? It's the
Hip hop albums.
It's the
What's
album.
been inspired by hip
So
hop.
these are albums what were like spotlighted whenever they came out
Yeah,
around the time.
definitely.
These are all spotlighted hip hop
The
albums.
old school.
There's newer ones now. What
Yes.
came?
But the old school there inspired the ones of the golden era of hip hop in the
Yeah.
90s. All of those ones. You know that. You get what I'm saying? So from there, the ones in the old school inspired the golden age. And the golden age inspired the ones in the 2000s. In the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Right? Not true?
Yep.
Okay. We're just going through it. There. It is what it is. You get what I mean?
So it's good for you new artists or young artists, even people who are older, to just do research on the culture more.
Exactly.
So you don't just get distorted by what you see in just the whatever internet or media. Just do your research about the culture because it's more than just videos. It's people who actually go out there to events. There's people who
Yeah,
are
man, and like
like,
yo, hip hop is everywhere, man. It's in the air, like it's besides the MC and the artist, the DJ. You know what I mean? The other elements are missing. You know what I mean? Like the breaking. You know what I mean? The breaking, as in the break dancing. You know what I
the
mean? Straight up
graffiti,
the
maybe.
graffiti. But you know the graffiti, they're like, there's
Yeah,
only so much you can do to graffiti because they think it's
yeah.
vandalism.
They have to do
You get
like
what I
it
mean?
probably on some type of
Yeah, like
thing.
or having permission at a certain building structure. You get what I mean? But like, yo, and like the old pendants and stuff. Like, there's a lot of hip hop what's been disappeared in the elements, which is sad to
Mm,
me. You get what I mean? So that's the thing I would love to see come back in the next 50 years for hip hop,
mm.
for things to flip. You get what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? They have the appreciation of it instead of just seeing it archived into a museum. You get
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Straight up goods. You know what I mean? But yo,
Bless
we're
up.
gonna be ending this pod just here.
Subscribe.
Please subscribe. But
D2E
yo,
down to
but before we
earth.
go, yo,
We have
let
a
the
couple
people.
events too.
Yeah, a couple of events we have
Yeah,
coming
man.
up. Punkland is this
Punkland.
Sunday.
Bless up, Jay
Oc-
Steels.
Yes, October 29th.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's
Halloween.
Punkland at the Junction. You know what I mean? And then after that, we got Artist Night Out.
Artist Night Out.
That's
Dream promo.
November 2nd
Bless up.
on a Thursday, I believe.
Yep. Dream
Yes,
promo.
Dream
Bless up.
Team promo. You don't know, you know, man. Let me just show
And
that.
also,
You know what I mean? Before, yeah, Dream Team promo.
Dream Team
Yeah,
promo,
man.
and
Bless
also
up to them. You know what I mean? And then after, also at the last but least, we got the Stars of the Line, and
Part
that
5.
consists of, top Toronto top 6, Drip Room, and Toronto rap stars. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Straight up, this is season 5. They're still alive. You know what I mean? Straight up, and we're gonna be there for the media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me, my brother,
D2E.
Sean Myrie, man. You know what I mean? Straight up, and then that's gonna be at the Cathedral, and that's November 4th. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. Hopefully y'all got your tickets for
Don't
that.
miss it.
You know what I mean? Don't forget the date. Don't be late. That's November 4th. You know what I mean? Stars of the Line. You know what I mean? With my brother Sean Myrie, Down to Earth Podcast will be in the building. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're going to be ending this off. Please subscribe to all the channels. EQTV, Down to Earth Podcast. You know what I mean? Straight up. But yo, we're going to end it off like this. This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide. You done know, people. We're gonna end this just now.